Have you ever wondered how a single misplaced word can instantly change the way a woman perceives you? Why do some men, despite their intelligence and strength, end up sabotaging their own power without realizing it? The truth is that words are not just sounds. They are signals that reveal more than you intend. A man who speaks without precision is like a warrior who swings his sword wildly in battle, exhausting himself before the real fight even begins. Stoic men throughout history understood this well. Epictetus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." They knew that control over the tongue meant control over one's destiny, because in the art of war, negotiation, and attraction, what you reveal can either strengthen you or expose your weakness. Women notice this reality far more than most men imagine. A single confession can shift their perception, turning admiration into doubt, respect into indifference. The question is not whether you should speak, but rather what should never be said. Your past mistakes and failures. A warrior does not drag his past behind him like a corpse. He buries it, learns from it, and moves forward in silence. The weak seek pity, confessing every failure in hopes of understanding. But a high-value man understands a brutal truth. The more you reveal your past mistakes, the more you diminish your value in a woman's eyes. She may nod with sympathy, but deep within her nature, she does not respect a man who crumbles under the weight of his regrets. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This means you do not talk about your past stumbles, you correct them. When you share your failures, you plant doubt in her mind, forcing her to question whether you truly are the man she believed you to be. Women do not admire a man for what he has suffered. They admire him for what he has conquered. A man who endlessly confesses his past sins is like a general who reveals his weaknesses on the battlefield before the enemy. What do you think happens next, warrior? Mercy? No. Exploitation. A wise man allows his actions to speak louder than his history. He does not beg for redemption, he embodies it. So ask yourself, will you be the man who drowns in his past, or the one who stands unshaken, allowing only his present strength to define him? Your hidden fears and doubts. A warrior's mind is his fortress, and once he opens its gates to fear, he invites destruction. Women are instinctively drawn to strength, not just physical, but mental, emotional, and psychological. The moment you reveal your deepest fears and doubts, you shatter the illusion of certainty that sustains her attraction. Even if she offers comfort, deep down she begins to wonder, is this man as unshakable as I thought? Epictetus warned, you become what you give attention to. If you cling to fear, if you give it a voice, it will consume you. A man who speaks of his doubts transfers that burden onto others. But no woman wants to carry the weight of your uncertainty. She seeks refuge in a man who already has control over his mind. A man who whispers his fears only invites them to grow. The world has no mercy for the man who hesitates, warrior. It devours him. If you confess your uncertainty, expecting her to reassure you, you have already lost. She may not say it aloud, but a woman does not want to guide a man through his own chaos. She wants to be led by a man who has already conquered it. True warriors do not speak of their struggles. They master them in silence. When you feel doubt, do not express it. Face it. Your exact financial situation. A warrior never reveals the weight of his gold, nor the emptiness of his pockets. Whether you have built a fortune or are still on the path to greatness, exposing your exact financial situation to a woman is a mistake only fools make. Why? Because the moment she knows the precise measure of your resources, the dynamic shifts, and not in your favor. If you have little, you risk being seen as inadequate. If you have much, you risk being seen as an opportunity. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest Stoics, wrote, "Wealth is the slave of the wise man, but the master of the fool." A man who boasts of his riches becomes a target, and a man who exposes his struggles invites judgment. Women may claim they want transparency, but the truth is that mystery is far more powerful. A man who keeps his financial position vague forces a woman to respect his presence. not his possessions. Understand this, warrior. Money does not make the man. The man makes the money. Your value is not in your bank account, but in your ability to create, sustain, and expand. When you speak of financial hardship, you invite doubt. When you boast of wealth, you invite hidden motives. Instead, move in silence. Build without seeking approval. Let results, not words, speak for you. Because the man who controls both his resources and his tongue commands respect and power. Your intentions before they become actions. A warrior moves in silence, never announcing his next strike before it lands. When you reveal your intentions to a woman before they become reality, you weaken your power. Why? Because spoken plans invite scrutiny, doubt, and even sabotage. The moment you declare your next move, be it a new venture, a life change, or an ambition, you risk being questioned, caged, or worse, subtly undermined. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Perform each act of your life as if it were your last." He understood that true power lies in execution, not declaration. A man who constantly talks about his grand plans, but never follows through is seen as all talk and no action. And women do not respect a man who needs validation before acting. When you reveal your strategy before it materializes, you expose yourself to unnecessary resistance. Warrior, let your results be the only announcement. When a man acts without warning, he forces the world to react to him, not the other way around. The Stoics taught that a man should be the master of his destiny, never a servant to the opinions of others. So keep your vision close. Let your work, discipline, and success be the only proof of your intention. Because in the end, the man who speaks less and achieves more holds true power, not just over his life, but over the minds of those who watch him in admiration. A man's strength is not in what he shares, but in what he masters. The world is full of men who speak too soon, reveal too much, and then wonder why they are vulnerable. But the wise man moves in silence, revealing only what serves him, never what weakens him. The moment you understand that words are currency, you stop wasting them on those who do not deserve your value. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Your trials, your ambitions, and your internal battles are yours to conquer. Speaking of them before their time does not strengthen you, it weakens your foundation. A king does not seek permission to rule. A warrior does not warn before he strikes. And a man who guards his tongue protects his power. Now the choice stands before you. Will you remain one of the countless men who surrender their strength through careless words, or will you become the one who commands respect, without ever needing to demand it? Challenge accepted? Then apply this wisdom relentlessly and forge your path. If you have made it this far, you are already ahead of most. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, and remember, power belongs to the man who speaks only when necessary.